Her birthday had always been a quiet affair. Small gatherings, careful planning, little fanfare. This year I had thought it would be the same. I had ordered her favorite cake, tied a ribbon around the bouquet of lilies she adored, and left a note with a simple, heartfelt message. I didn't expect the bombshell she dropped before even opening the door. "I need more freedom," she said, tossing her coat onto the sofa as if announcing it was her birthday gift to herself. Her voice was casual, almost flippant, but the weight of it crushed the air between us. I paused, fork halfway to my mouth, staring at her. "Freedom," I repeated carefully. "What do you mean?" She didn't meet my eyes. Instead, she wandered toward the window, looking out at the city lights, as if searching for an escape route she hadn't yet taken. "I can't keep living like this," she said softly. "I need space. More choices. More me." My stomach sank, my pulse quickened. I had known, somehow, that the subtle distance she had carried over the past months was more than exhaustion or stress. It had been in her tone, the way she lingered on her phone, the way she laughed at messages I hadn't seen. I had told myself I was imagining it, that I was overreacting. But now, laid bare in the middle of our living room, the truth struck like a physical blow. I set down my fork and let the silence stretch. I wanted to reach for her, to beg for clarity, to demand reassurance that this was a passing phase. But something inside me, a part that had learned patience, betrayal, and boundaries, held me back. Finally I spoke, voice calm, though the tremor underneath betrayed me. "Freedom, or escape?" She looked at me then, eyes wide, searching, almost frightened. "It's not. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel trapped, Mark. I want to live, not just exist in a cage of routines and expectations." I nodded slowly. I understood the feeling, the desire for self-determination. But I also understood the cost of her words, and the unspoken implications. She wanted freedom not just from life's constraints, but from me, from us. I reached for the envelope on the table. It was inconspicuous, but it contained something I had prepared quietly over the past weeks, anticipating the worst but hoping it would never come to this. A divorce contract, meticulously drafted, covering everything with clarity and precision. Not a spiteful act, but a shield, a statement that I valued myself enough to enforce boundaries when trust fractured. I slid it across the table toward her. "Then here's your freedom," I said, voice steady. "Read it. Decide if that's truly what you want. I won't stand in the way of someone who no longer wants to be part of this life." Her face went pale, and for a moment, the confident woman I had known seemed to vanish. "Mark, you can't be serious," she whispered, hand hovering over the paper as if touching it might make the world right again. "I am," I said simply. "I've loved you, I've supported you, but love without respect and commitment is empty. You asked for freedom, now it's yours to take." She sat down heavily, sliding the contract closer, eyes flicking over the words with disbelief and horror. This is real." He nodded. "It's real. It's the consequence of your choices, not mine. You asked for space from us. This is it." Tears welled in her eyes, and for the first time that evening, I saw regret flicker across her features. I didn't mean it like this," she said, voice cracking. "I just wanted to breathe, to feel alive again. Not to end us," I finished for her. I could hear the unspoken truth, the boundaries she had overstepped, the emotional infidelity, the gradual erosion of our intimacy. This birthday request had been the culmination, the moment that exposed the fracture lines that had long threatened to split us apart. Hours passed as she read, reread, and finally understood the gravity of what she had asked for. The room was heavy with silence, punctuated only by her quiet sobs and my steady, restrained breathing. I didn't move to comfort her. The comfort she needed wasn't my presence. It was the honesty and reality she had avoided facing. Finally, she looked up, her hands trembling. I don't know what to say." "Say nothing," I replied. "Just decide. Freedom is yours, but remember, it comes with consequences." That night she stayed silent, staring at the contract, while I watched the familiar outlines of our life. The photos, the mementos, the shared routines, and realized that the woman beside me had changed. Or maybe I had changed, seeing her clearly, without the illusions love sometimes casts over reality. In the weeks that followed, the process unfolded with a slow, painful precision. Conversations were curt, tense, occasionally desperate on her part. I remained firm, patient but unyielding. Each meeting with lawyers, each discussion about assets and living arrangements, was a testament to the dissolution of trust and intimacy that had built quietly over years. And yet, amid the heartbreak, there was clarity. For the first time in months, I understood the power of boundaries, the necessity of self-respect, and the importance of facing betrayal head-on. I had given her what she asked for, freedom, but in doing so, I reclaimed my own dignity, my own voice, and my own life. When the final signatures were signed, the house quiet except for the faint hum of the city outside, I felt an odd mixture of grief and relief. Love can endure many trials, but love without trust, respect, and shared commitment is unsustainable. She had wanted freedom, now she had it. And I had survived the reckoning intact, stronger and clearer for the journey. Sometimes love means letting go. Sometimes it means holding firm. And sometimes, as on that fateful birthday, it means giving someone exactly what they ask for, even when it hurts more than anything else you've ever known.